Would you fucking look at that?
Oh my god. Clearly, this is the wardrobe.
Clearly.
What is this? Could Father have left it behind?
It's gone. The box isn't here. I've got it. I've had it all this time. How could it be possible? What the devil is happening to me? I have to get to my office. I must wrap it and send it to its owners. LeGrand Amsberg. They're the ones who... My office. I'm going to... I hear them crawling all over and screaming. Erica, come to my office. We'll all be there.
Great. So this whole thing was a waste of time. Confirm this is the right lot, and if the music box isn't here... Oh my god. So this whole thing was a waste of time. Well, so, you know, I'll explain everything once this is all done. Oh shit.
Christ, that was close.
Finally. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Find Father, if he's really in his office.
Farber's office. So, to explain a few things. Yes, when I was I didn't show you this because it's pointless to show. But yes, Rene himself also died. That ended up happening because that maze was so goddamn confusing. More on the maze later. I'll talk about the maze more after I'm done with this episode. But yeah, just know that the maze is a bit ridiculous, and Rene died during that maze, so now I'm Daniel.
Let's see what's actually there.
Oh, is that his office?
Oh, fucking hell. God damn it. There was Faber. God. I don't even want to think about what must have happened in his final moments. As he was hanging from that noose, with the bloody music box on the table next to him. I don't want to think about it, but somehow, very deep within me, I know the song was playing throughout his agony, stalking him to the very frontier between life and death. God. At least we had found the music box, and we knew where it came from. The Grant Amsberg auction, it said, on the list of product lots, alongside an address. According to Husha, things had improved after returning the box to Faber. So by returning it to its owner, perhaps we might be able to solve all this. It sounded unlikely, but considering my hallucinations, the things we found at the antique shop, and Mr. Faber's terrible end, if it could all come to some good, we had to try it. Isolated far from the world, in a holiday manor that must be about 100 years old, the lady who owned the sinister box awaited us. For my little Ariadne read the engraving on the inside of the cover. Good. All for her then.
So the plot of land alone must be worth a fortune. Do you think the old granny will be here?
I don't know. The papers from the auction stated that the owner had sold most of her furniture, but that she still lived here. Miss Legrand? Hello? This place gives me the creeps. Hello? Are you Miss Legrand? Ariadne Legrand?
Amsberg.
Pardon me?
Legrand Amsberg. It's hyphenated.
Oh, well, my name is Daniel Neuer, and I work for a publishing firm. Through a series of chance occurrences, I found something I believe is yours. It seems crazy, but when you listen to it...
That's its box.
No, I think it belongs to you. On the cover, it says...
I wasn't speaking to you. Thank you for bringing it back, Mr. Neuer. Have you listened to it?
Yes.
He has listened to it.
Whew. She is out of her mind. Well, at least she kept the box. Come on.
Right. Let's get the hell out of here.
That same night.
Thanks for giving me a place to stay. I think the walls would come closing in on me if I were
Erica.
alone.
It's no trouble, Dan. You're going to be paying for any pizza, though.
Of course. You can sleep in your bed. I'll stay here on the couch.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Have a good rest, Sir Daniel.
You too.
What?
What? Hey, Lydia?
Lydia.
Hold on.
Daniel, are you all right?
That had not been a nightmare. I was awake. For certain. It was a hallucination. A hallucination like those described by Faber in his letter, shortly before hanging himself from a beam in his office. A hallucination. Or something worse. Much worse. Had it done any good to return the music box to its owner? Husher might have the answer, but his whereabouts was still unknown, and his trail seemed to have gone cold as the days passed by. Perhaps in his office, somewhere in his papers, among the documents he was researching while delving into the box's origins. Maybe there would be some clue in there as to where he had gone, or what he had done. Something that would help us to follow his footsteps. I had to find Sebastian Husher, but this time, my life depended on it.
It depended on it the whole time. A twisted trail. Episodes. First, let me go through these episodes. Are you kidding me? 3 of those people are fucking dead. Oh no, that's eerie. Wait. Oh no, that's eerily quiet. Okay. Daniel Neuer, Grace, and Omar. Only 3. I'm going to assume that either Renee, Sophie, or Erica is playable in 3, but since they're all fucking dead for me, they're not there. Which makes sense. Speaking of which, time to go over the elephant, or I guess the 2 elephants in the room. Firstly, the dead characters. So I lost Sophie, and I've already explained why. I lost Erica. So now let's go on to Renee. Renee. What happened to Renee? Well, that mixes in with the second elephant in the room, which is the maze. You know, I'll just talk about them both since they both have to do with each other. So, far as the maze goes, there's one thing I disliked it more than I liked it. Why? Well, first off, because of the contrivance of it. And this is an issue that I pointed out at House Beneviento for Resident Evil Village as well. I couldn't access the map. Why not? It was completely contrived. Like, if you don't want me to access the map for some sort of, for the maze effect of it, fine, but give me a fucking reason. Like, you can even go as far as to say, oh, the map is connected to GPS, and in this storage room, I don't know, GPS doesn't work. That would work. Actually, wait. That would work for me, but hang on. Actually, this game takes place in 1998. When the hell was GPS invented? But, so here's, as far as the actual maze goes, it was good at first, but it lost its way for two reasons. One, because of the inherent gameplay of it. Yes, it was a maze, and you had to go in and out of doors. Like, the thing would show up and you had to go in and out of rooms. I get that. That's the whole thing of it. But my two issues with it is that one, you know what's going on the whole time. You're just wandering around, lost. You go into a room, leave. There's no trickery to it. Like, straight up, it's scary for about 2 minutes, and then it's just frustrating. Honestly. Like, which ties into the other part of it. It goes on for too long. It's not scary, and it goes on for too long, and it's contrived. So it's kind of like Misdirects in Resident Evil 2 to me, where the first minute is good, and then it just becomes stupid. That's how I thought of it. From there on, and I'll admit this too, I cheated. Like, legitimately. I looked up how to get past it. Why? It was a maze. Since it was a maze, I looked it up, just like I mentioned with the puzzles. I do it for 30 minutes. If I can't figure it out for 30 minutes, I look it up. After 30 minutes, still didn't find the room, so I looked it up. During those 30 minutes, so the first time when the cutscene plays, you have to listen to the door before you go out. Every other time, when you open the door, you can stay in there for 1 second and leave, and you're good to go. So much so that I stopped listening to the door because it never mattered. So after like 15 minutes of doing that, I just stopped listening to the door. I just leave immediately. Well, one of those times, I went in, opened the fucking door without putting the ear to it. Renee got sucked in by the presence. That's how he died. I didn't even bother showing it because, quite frankly, I was already upset and it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that's how the characters died. The ones that kind of died off screen, that's how they died. That's what happened to them. The only one that I blame strictly on me is Renee's, because he only died because I got complacent, straight up. Sophie died for bullshit. Erica died for bullshit. Erica more so than Sophie. Like, Erica's kind of pisses me off more than Sophie. Because with Sophie, yeah, I didn't know how to do the game, that's why it upset me, but like, since when is a fucking map button, when does that not count as a pause? Whatever. Either way, I got 3 less characters to use, which I shouldn't. Losing Sophie, gotcha, but like, another thing that upsets me is losing more than one character in a single fucking episode. That also pissed me off. If I lose one character in an episode, I'm fine with it, as long as it doesn't have for bullshit reasons. But this, I lost 3 people in a single episode. I feel like at some point I'm gonna run out of people to use, and then I'm just gonna basically have one life with Daniel. Because I'm using Daniel only once at all times. Motherfucker. So overall, episode 2 eerily quiet / locked doors was pretty good, but I far prefer the Husher P mansion. Far prefer it.
Hey, Sophie? Oh, no.
Daniel, are you all right?